Good evening, y'all. How you doing? I'm here. Been struggling. Been a while since I made a video to post. Just my medical issues have been really rough lately. My Crohn's disease was acting up, and for about 5 days I felt like I was living in hell. So but stress does that to Crohn's disease. It makes you have a flare up, and I've just had a lot of stress going on, but I'm still surviving. Tomorrow will be the 7th anniversary of my last day with my father. It's a rough time. I still miss him every day. He really was the most amazing man I've ever known. For 6 long years, I blamed myself for his death. Even though it wasn't true, it was irrational to think that. But I couldn't help myself. I am a firm believer somebody's always to blame for things, and I am the one that will readily take that blame, even if it's undeserved. But through all the work I've done with my therapist, I'm not having those feelings anymore, those thoughts. I do know I didn't do anything wrong. I did everything I could. And he knew how much I loved him. And he knew I would have traded places with him in an instant if I could have. He told me time and again throughout that 7-month ordeal that I was his rock. And I gave him, sorry, it wasn't 7 months, it was only 6, but it felt like fucking years. But I know I gave him a better quality of life after his fall. And I know if I hadn't done everything I did, he would not have lived more than a few weeks. I know that in the depths of my soul. So I have nothing to be ashamed of. I have nothing to blame myself for. And I've finally gotten it through my thick damn skull that it was out of my control. Didn't make it any easier. I still miss him so badly. Especially now because my oldest son, he's been in the Navy for 10 years. And when you go to boot camp, you start off as E1. And in those 10 years, my son has gone from E1 to E6. And he had taken all the leave because he was getting out of the military in a couple weeks' time. He called me a few days ago, and he has been promoted from first class to chief, which it was his first time to be nominated to be made chief. And normally when you get nominated, you don't get it the first time around. It usually takes 2 to 3 times of being nominated for you to be promoted. But he got promoted just now. I mean, just within the past couple weeks, he got the news that he had made it. So instead of getting out of the Navy, he is going to re-enlist for another 5 years. That means he will be going back on sea duty. Because of his rate, he is in the nuclear field, so he has to be on a submarine. So they're trying to find him some orders that he can, live with, hopefully. He wants to get another pre-commissioned sub like he did his first time around on sea duty, but I'll probably find out more this weekend. But he told me he had been promoted, and I squealed with joy. And I started beaming with pride. And then all that was tempered by the thought that my father would have been so proud of his grandsons. My father was in the Navy for 20 years, and he retired as a first class. My brother, I think, was in for 22 years, and he did retire as a chief. But he didn't make chief until much later in his career. So the fact that in only 10 years, my son has been promoted 6 times is fucking amazing. And my dad would have been so proud of him. Every time I get good news, after my initial joy, my first thought is, I really wish Daddy were here to share in the joy. He would have loved to have seen my youngest son's 2 kids. It would have been one of his proudest times then, too. He didn't even get to see either of my boys get married. I'm trying to stay busy so I don't think too much. But I can't help it. All I can do is remember all the things we did. I've got a million great memories. And I cherish every one of them. And even though that 6-month period after he fell were the longest, worst months of his and my life, I I still cherish those times that I remember because that made us so much closer. When you go through that experience, when you're close, it just intensifies and strengthens that bond. And I know I made him proud, and I still strive to do that. For 6 years, I've been existing. I'm finally starting to live again without self-hatred, without loathing, without being ashamed of myself for failing. And just enjoying each day as much as I can. That is my best way to honor him right now. Since I've lost my dad, I've lost a lot. I lost my marriage. I've lost 5 cats. I've lost contact and closeness with family. But I've gained 2 daughters, 2 grandsons, 62 tarantulas, and a regal jumping spider. So I have a lot I'm thankful for. And I do laugh every day. Sometimes at my own thoughts, a lot of times at my cats, a lot of times at things I read online. But usually I amuse myself by my own thoughts. I am lucky to have my family. And I am extremely lucky to have the friends that I do. I went out today. I had to see my family doctors because of my Crohn's. And when I was done, I stopped by Petco to pick up crickets and stayed around for about half an hour talking to my friends there. The ladies there are so fucking amazing. And we're friends on Facebook. You know, we met, yes, as employee customer, but a lot of the ladies there I have bonded with over the past year, well, year and a half, I guess. And I've become very good friends with a lot of them. We are friends on Facebook. We share in each other's joys and successes and sadness. And I am so thankful that I've got such good people around me. They keep me going. And I'm thankful to have all the blessings that I have, because I am very, very blessed. And as much as I may hurt right now because it's coming up on the anniversary of my dad's death, I will still find joy. I will talk to my children and grandchildren. I will give my cats as much love as I can. I will love my tarantulas, get them out and interact with them. I will read and play my game and watch movies, and I will take little joys at a time. And I know my dad loved me as much as I loved him. I love you too, Lovey. So, not a long video tonight. It's almost midnight. I just finished feeding my tarantulas. I'm tired, I'm hurting. But I wanted to make a video because I'm probably not going to feel like it tomorrow or within the next 2 weeks. It's a hard time still. It's been 7 years, but it feels like yesterday. And I'm just grateful and thankful to my therapist, Jasmine, for helping me work through my grief finally and helping me realize I was not seeing things clearly, that I was being irrational in my thoughts. And she has done amazing work to help me through everything. I will feel my grief. I will cry a lot over the next few weeks. I will miss my dad every minute. But I will also relish the love I have for him. And I will remember him with all the love in my heart. So I'm gonna say goodnight. I hope y'all have a good day tomorrow. Hope you sleep well tonight. And remember, I love y'all.